Hey everyone, it's Sonic Boom here, and I just spent my entire afternoon watching Skylanders Academy, literally from top to bottom. The entire first season just came out today, and I watched all the episodes, and I'm gonna be giving my review on it right now or today. But the first thing I need to say, because this is gonna kind of be like a podcast, so if you have something you need to work on, then you can just listen to this while you're working. But I just want to say it's gonna be filled with spoilers. There's gonna be it's gonna be filled to the brim with just spoilers, so much spoilers. So yeah, if you haven't seen this, I would recommend watching it because it literally just came out. So. Yeah, alright, so we're going to be I'm going to be rating each individual episode out of 10, and I'm going to do, animation and all that. So, I just want to address some problems first. The first problem, that I noticed from the trailer right away is that the voice acting, they chose some very odd choices. For voice acting, they chose some pretty, when I envision Stealth Elf, I don't envision Stealth Elf as the voice character. There's gonna be no footage or anything because I don't want to get copyright striked or anything because it's a Netflix original series and all that. But it's the first episode is the plot. I thought the plot was okay. I mean, it wasn't anything special. And honestly, when I think of Skylanders Academy, the first episode does not come to mind at first. So, what do I think of it? I think it's fine. It's fine. It's an okay episode. The episode's called Skylanders Unite. I remember that. So, it's an okay episode. It's 45 minutes long, though. And I was like, okay, if all these videos, if all of them are 45 minutes long, then I'm not going to finish this tonight. But thankfully, that was the only episode that was 45 minutes long. So there's going to be some spoilers now. I think, well, yeah, this entire thing's filled with spoilers. I just think that how, cocky Spyro is just, why? It gets better. It gets a lot better. And once again, this is probably going to be the last time I'm going to say this, but spoilers. It gets better through the episodes. But it starts literally at the bottom of the bin. Literally, it is he is so unbelievably cocky, and the first episode really didn't really set the tone or set the bar for the Academy thing. So that's really what I think of it. It's not anything special. It's literally just Spyro being rejected and then showing his true powers, being a hero and all that, and then getting accepted. So that's the first episode, and out of 10, I'd probably rate it maybe a 6 or 7. I'm gonna go 6.5. So episode 2 is Your Way or the Skylander Way, I think it's called. So that episode is interesting, but my problem with that episode is that it feels like they should have done it later, maybe on the 3rd or 4th episode and not the 2nd episode. But I mean, it was alright. There wasn't anything too special about it. I mean, it's just setting the tone for how Spyro is gonna become and how he's gonna get better. So that episode, there's really not much to say about it. I mean, it's 25 minutes long, and it's not that great of an episode, but it's not terrible or awful. It's not bad either. It's just it feels kind of odd. So out of 10, I'm gonna have to rate this episode maybe a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. Also, something I want to add: the animation is okay, but I have a friend who thinks Chaos looks like a flattened pancake, and honestly, after watching this, I kind of agree with him. So, episode 3, that's, episode 3, let me go check. Hang on. Alright, this is going to be a fun one. So number 3 is Missing Links, and that is, Missing Links is basically the one which has, the creation crystal from Imaginators, Skylanders Imaginators, and it's a pretty good episode. It's the best so far. But here's what blew me away when I saw this. The Imaginator they create, you know who voiced that guy? Dan Middleton voiced the Imaginator they create. You know, the guy with the banana head? Yeah, Dan Middleton. And if you don't know, Dan Middleton is the Diamond Minecart. So the Diamond Minecart was on Skylanders Academy, and I was just blown away at that. I was like, whoa. And it was so, like, surprising. It was very surprising. But I think Dan did a pretty good job when he did his voice acting. Some of the lines though are kind of cringy, where he's like, I don't know why, but when he it's just for some reason when he says the Skylanders names, it just feels out of place for me. I just picture Dan playing like Skylanders Roblox, or like Skylanders in Minecraft, or, well, I'm not trying to insult him, like, he's a good YouTuber. He's a very good YouTuber. A whole lot better than me. I can't argue with that. He's just a whole lot better than me. Yeah, he's a very good YouTuber. And the fact he made it on an Academy episode, I was not expecting the Diamond. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about him, but he did an okay job. But yeah, like I said, some of the lines are cringy. Like, the line that I'm thinking of right now is just when he does like when he's like, oh, that was so awesome, we managed to. Okay, that was a terrible impression. I wasn't even going for an impression there. But you kind of get what I was going for. It was He did a good job. He did a whole lot better than some of the other actors. I'm not gonna mention any names. You don't want to make anyone mad, but yeah. So the 3rd episode was the best so far, and honestly, I'd give it maybe an 8.5. It was, I mean, the plot was okay. I mean, I can tell that they're trying to popularize Imaginators there. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, on the first episode, when, where Spyro does the Skylanders selfie thing, let me just say, that part really was cringy. I don't know if I can get a clip of it without getting copyrighted. I'm gonna try and find something online. Yeah, I'll find something online and maybe, like, put it in if I can, but it is, oh gosh, like, tomorrow I'm gonna show, the first episode to my friend. He's going to be dead by the time we finish that episode. Like, seriously, I'm not even joking. So, episode 3, we got, like, an 8.5, I think. I don't remember, let's just say 8.5. And then is episode 4, and I have to go check again, because the Apple TV's in the other room. Oh, no. Okay, so, it's, Dreamgirls is the name of the episode. That's 4. That episode that episode really had an interesting plot line. And it really gave some description on, like, I think it's kind of hard to place where Skylanders Academy takes place because, like, the plot of how, like, Dreamcatcher was originally one of the Doom Raiders, but then she joins him. She isn't a Doom Raider at the beginning. She's just a Skylander, but then she becomes a Doom Raider after that episode, which is like stealth elf and gives you sleep and your bedtime stories and all that. Like, so it was fine. I like how I like that one part of that episode. What's that part? The part where the part I don't remember the name of it. It's like that part when you think, oh look, Spiral's no longer cocky. Oh yeah. No. Basically that episode is no. I mean, it's not a bad episode. I would just say it's a good episode. I'm gonna give it maybe 7.5. So I'm very unorganized. I need to go check number 5. The Whole Truth. It is The Whole Truth is episode 5, and let me just tell you, The Whole Truth is a good episode. It's a pretty good episode. It's probably my second favorite so far. My first would be, of course, Missing Links. So, and I don't like Missing Links just because Dan TDM's in it. I like it because it's got an okay plot. It's got and it has like better voice acting, and just because a YouTuber got in, I mean, you can't argue that's probably gonna earn them some points. So yeah. Episode 5, The Whole Truth, is like the one where they go to Cloud Cracker prison, and it is I mean, it's okay, but it feels like it's a pretty good episode. It's a pretty good episode, but it just feels like that they could have done a whole lot more in the 25 minutes that they had, because it was literally just like, oh, you're a prisoner, to the hole, to the hole, to the hole, to the hole. So it was constantly like that, and then it got worse. Like, probably my least favorite part of this entire thing is just how, like, I was very confused about this, but how, so Chaos gets out of the thing, and then just clearly just walks out and, just gets through the sewer. So you're saying that no one has tried to escape from this prison in, like, what, 5 years, I think it was, they said? I think 5 years. And you could just go to the hole and, oh, look, there's something at the hole. There's literally a sewer way out. It's just like, why? That's literally what I'm thinking. So, that's an interesting episode. And episode 6, I am so disorganized, and I apologize if I have to do this again. I have to go check number 6. Space Invaders, episode 6. The first thing I want to point out is that the name of this oh! I didn't do my review of the last one. Sorry. Cloud Cracker Prison. 7.5, I'm gonna say, out of 10. So anyways, Space Invaders. I don't get the name. This is the thing that I was confused at first. But, I mean, I liked it. It was an okay one. But it felt kind of like it felt kind of different. It just kind of felt like it just kind of felt like dragged on for a long time. And just like it just felt like preparing. and then they release what they've been doing, and it's so short-lived. So I was just very confused by it, but it gets better because they also checked number 7. Number 6 episode. Out of the concept is okay. I don't hate the concept, but I'm just gonna, out of 10, I'm just gonna have to rate it. I'm gonna have to rate it an 8. It was a pretty good episode, but anger management is number 7, and that episode felt pretty normal. Like, it didn't feel, it felt kind of bland. And the reason it felt kind of bland was just because you had this, like, oh yeah, you know, this, like, stereotypical guy who gets mad from a video game, who he's a fire type, so he gets mad very easily. Yeah, no thanks. So, yeah, that, I felt like they needed an episode like that, but I felt like they pulled it off a bit too hard. Like, it felt like they were really pushing that episode, and it's not on my top 10 favorite. I'd just probably give it a 6.5 at most, because it's not bad. It's not a bad episode. I mean, that's the one that they advertised in the trailer. I mean, they advertised a lot of episodes in the trailer, but it was okay. It was fine. So, I apologize. I have to go do this again. So, what do I think of Pop Rocks, which is number 8? Pop Rocks is probably my 4th, maybe 5th favorite episode, and the reason is because, it wasn't a bad episode. I mean, it had some small good things about it. I mean, it felt just like that type. It almost felt like the thing that I think of. Yeah, it kind of feels like the thing I think of when I think of Academy. But the thing is, for me, is that I didn't notice that much wrong with it. I mean, there were some parts that I can admit were kind of cringy, but there wasn't anything that that I noticed that could really take it down. But yeah, that episode probably gave me like a 7.5 maybe. But next episode is going to be my least favorite episode, and that would be the most cringiest episode, Beard Science. Now, don't get me started on beard science. It is bad. Now, why is it bad? Because it's cringy. And why is it cringy? It's very cringy. You know why it's very cringy? Because they take, like, the plot. The plot is so bad. I'm sorry, but it really is. Like, if you watch episode 9, you can tell what I mean. Like, they take his beard as an actual weapon. And the thing that frustrates me is that Eon's supposed to be probably one of the most reasonable people in all of Skylanders Academy. And yet he has this one weapon which apparently controls all the Skylanders in like Academy from to have a leader, which is his beard. Why? Like, is that supposed to be comedy? No, it's not. No. There were even some times when I'm watching this that I paused the video because paused the thing because it was so cringy, and I physically could not press the play button again. It was that bad. I mean, not every episode is cringy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, there's some episodes that they could have done a whole lot better. And now, for that episode, I'm gonna probably give it maybe, I'm gonna give that episode a 6. I wanna give, no, that's episode. Right, Beard Science. I was thinking of Pop Rocks. I'm all over the place with this, but Pop Rocks is episode 9. Or not Pop Rocks. I'm sorry. It's very late. I just finished watching it, so I apologize for this, but Beard Science. That's the name of episode 9. I'm gonna have to give it a 5 or 4. 4.5. I'm gonna give it because no thanks. So the next is the Skylanders Are Falling, which, let me just say, after about episode, like, once we get into the double-digit episodes, it starts to get pretty bad. Like, the beginning of the double digits, so number 10. Skylanders Are Falling with, like, the black hole and all that. No. It wasn't that good. Like, honestly, it wasn't that good. It wasn't, like, horrible and bad, but it just felt like, oh, this is happening. Solution, okay, let's, immediately look at the solution. Oh, bad thing, that, like, it just felt constantly, like, no breaths. Like, imagine, okay, this is how I can imagine it. So, imagine you had, like, an instrument in your hand, and you were, like, playing. Let's say you had, like, a trumpet, and let's say you were playing one note for 20 whole seconds, and you couldn't take a single breather. That's kind of how I felt when I was doing it. So, it was like, no, it was not that, really. It wasn't that good of an episode, because it just felt like, no, this happened. Oh, well, look at the solution, and look, this lazy solution. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. There are so many weird references. Like, let me name the top 3 references. We have Sky Miles. I used up all my Sky Miles. That's in that episode. Something also in that episode is Skyflix. Really? Nice Netflix original series joke. And Bird Bath and Beyond. That's not in that episode, I don't think. It's in like a previous episode. Oh yeah. That one's in episode 5, the one with Cloud Cracker Prison. Yeah, the Bird Bath and Beyond is in that one. It's not that. Alright, so also there's some other references, but I don't know if I want to say them on my channel. Like, I'm gonna tell my, like, basically, there was a whole lot of references, like, oh, prison soap is expensive. Don't even get me started on what they said. Don't get me started on what, I'm not gonna say the line before, because you think about it, you think about what it means. No. But basically, just watch episode 5, I think it was, and you'll understand. So, it was okay. It was fine. Episode 10 wasn't fine. Episode 10 was not that good. It just felt lazy, honestly. And I'd probably give it maybe a 6. Alright, so number 11. Now, just give me 1 second. I have to go double check. This will be the last time I do this. Alright, so now we're going to get on to one of my favorite episodes, Crash Landing. Now, this is the episode with Crash Bandicoot in it, and there's a few things that I need to mention about this episode. The whole Crash Bandicoot thing was pretty cool, like seeing Crash Bandicoot in a TV show with the Skylanders. That was like that's something like, why would that, well, okay. It was interesting. It was very interesting. So, that happened. It was probably one of my favorite episodes, that one. and the Crash Bandicoot thing was pretty nice, but the bad thing about this episode is Spyro's obsession with Crash Bandicoot goes way too far. Like, way too far. Like, I know that we're gonna be seeing some people are gonna take that and just be like, oh, let's make some fan fiction, and just it's gonna get bad. Like, I kind of wish they used Crash Bandicoot more, like Dan TDM and Crash Bandicoot and all those like guest characters and all that, because like I just kind of want to see like more of them. Like, I'm not trying to beat that guy who likes Minecraft YouTubers and Crash Bandicoot. No, I just think that Dan was interesting to have, and they should have included him in more episodes. Like, it's like when you watch like one of your favorite TV shows, and then they include this new character, and then he never appears again. That is exactly 100% what happened. Same thing with Crash Bandicoot, except they gave a reason for him leaving. So that was okay. That episode I'd probably give maybe an 8.5. Episode 11. And then we have the final episode. Skylanders Academy is on. Skylanders, the Academy is under attack. Number 12. I don't remember what it's called. I'm not gonna go check. But this is the last episode, and it had some cool plot twists at the end, like how Chaos gave the book to Chaos's mom, and how Chaos is now a Doom. Way cool. Obviously foreshadowing to season 2, which is not what we're talking about. We're talking about season 1. So it was, the last episode was very barbaric. Like, by barbaric, I mean, like, it was bizarre. It was very bizarre. There were so many things happening. It wasn't a bad episode. No, it was not a bad episode. It was a fairly good episode. The plot twists were okay and mediocre. Yeah, so the plot to it, though, was kind of a bit, like, the beginning plot was, I just felt like it was a bit bare, but it, like, and it has a bunch of, like, video game references, or not video game references, like, board game references, but also, something I want to mention, they had a Cards Against Humanity joke in there, and, yeah. So, that is the episode. It's really just a bizarre episode with a bit of a bare beginning. That is how I describe the episode. So that episode I'm probably gonna give maybe 7 or 7.5, and then the season is completely finished. That's every single episode in season 1. Which, of course, means that they're going to make season 2. And the thing that I want, now I just want to quickly talk about, before I end this, because 28 minutes of just talking. I think that, season 1, it was okay, but, my biggest problem with the entire Skylanders Academy season 1 is, the voice acting. Like, the voice acting needs to be more engaged. Like, something that, like, let's take an example here. BR Games. You can find out who BR Games is if you search him up, but you'll see the big connection I'm making here. He really needs to go engage his voice acting. But here's something that I want to mention before I end this. If they do make season 2, please do one thing. Do one thing. Just please do one thing in season 2. Okay? Please don't reuse the same things that were, like, please don't reuse the same characters, like some of the same characters, like background characters that were in season 1. Now, what I mean by that is, surprisingly, none of the real cringy characters are in like in the well, some of them are, but not the real deal cringy characters are in this one, but they're probably going to be in season 2. So here's what I want them to do. I want them to be very, very careful with selecting who they choose in the background. Now the reason I'm saying this is because you remember I flashed that clip on screen of like that from episode 1, how non-cringy it was. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, just try to keep those type of characters out. I mean, you can include them in the background, and maybe, like, you could give them their own story, because that would be kind of interesting if you gave the background characters stories, but try and keep them out of the business. You can give them a story if they really need it, but just try and keep them out of the business. So that's all for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know how to end off a podcast video, but hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys later. Bye. I cannot do podcasts.